the channel. So before I get into anything, I just want to say thank you so much for 1,180 subscribers. I know it isn't much in the big scheme of things and the big YouTube world and, you know, all of that jazz, but I am so happy, and I feel very accomplished. So thank you so much if you did subscribe. Also thank you so much for all the love on my nose job vlogs. You guys have been incredible on that too. I think it's got like 3,000 views now. And yeah, I'm just really thankful and grateful, and I just wanted to say thank you to you guys if you have subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. The subscribe button is just down below, so if you do feel that you like this content, please subscribe and give me a like. And I always feel so annoying for doing that, but you know. So speaking of the nose job video, that is what I'm going to be doing a follow-up to today. So here I have a Starbucks, it is a Starbucks cup, it does say Starbucks on it, and yeah, I've got ice in here. I've got an iced Americano. So if you are after coffee, I actually have started drinking black coffee recently, and I'm loving iced Americanos. So I do realise it's winter, but I'm me, so there you go. So anyway, do grab yourself a drink and let's get on with this video. Basically today what I want to do is just chat to you about what's been going on since I had my nose job and all that jazz. So yeah, basically in the weeks, many weeks, I think, yeah, it's been a long time since I filmed those. Obviously I had my nose job at the beginning of March, so yeah, April, May, June, we're nearly in July, so it's been like 3 months since then. So I just want to first of all start by saying that having my nose job was the best decision I ever made. It was the best thing I ever did. If you are thinking about doing it, I would bite the bullet and do it, because I never want to be that person who advises you to have plastic surgery, you know, purely because there's something about yourself that you don't like, because that's kind of a risk, and I don't think you can ever think that any kind of plastic surgery is just going to fix everything, you know, and if you're feeling crap, yeah, I just don't think that plastic surgery is the answer. So I just want to make that very clear. But if you are considering it, if you can't breathe, or you've always hated your nose, or whatever the case is, I would 10 out of 10 recommend going for it, because it was the best thing I ever did. So yeah, definitely highly recommend. I have been able to breathe easier. I don't have sinus problems anymore. Wearing a mask in the era of Corona is much easier than I think it would have been had I still been sort of fussing with my sinuses, and I've actually had less hay fever as well, which is a bit of a shocker, but just something definitely worth noting. I don't know if that happens for everyone, but it did happen for me. So that is also hugely beneficial, because we've obviously had the change of season in between that. Also want to answer a few questions that I had on the video, on this video as well. Have responded to all of those comments, but if you didn't watch it or you didn't look through the comments, then maybe this will help you as well. So yeah, here is my nose from the side. I'm just going to turn so you can see my side profile. So it used to have this massive like bump. I think I've gone a bit overboard there, but yeah, it used to have this massive bump just around here, and now as you can see it is totally smooth. Now the plastic surgeon I went to, Dr. Sneyman, he is big on the fact that you don't put someone else's nose on your face. So his big thing is you can only adjust basically so that you still look like yourself, essentially, which I am really happy that I went with him, because I do still feel like I look exactly the same, and the people I have seen either on FaceTime or whatever have definitely all maintained that I look the same from the front. I definitely look the same from the front, and then you can only really notice it when I turn to the side. Now, whether it's negative or positive is your decision. I have found it kind of a bit of both. I obviously had my nose job just before we went into lockdown. So by the time I was starting to come out of my own personal nose job lockdown, I went into countrywide lockdown. So it's been really weird because no one's really seen the process of recovery except me and my family, and you become very used to things. So I have noticed over the past few weeks that my nose here has definitely slimmed down a lot, and it's become less puffy at the tip, but the tip is definitely still lifted, which I'm really appreciative of. And overall, I just absolutely love the results, and I can't help but wax lyrical about it because I'm just so happy I had it done. So if you weren't aware, I had an ENT and a plastic surgeon, and yeah, they both reported back after the operation saying that it was a bit tougher than they thought it was going to be. My ENT did the first part of the operation, and he found a massive spur of bone in my sinus, so that explains a lot as to why I was not able to breathe properly and why I kept getting sinusitis. So at least I have an answer to that now, but it is quite bizarre that no one had ever noticed that as a problem. Anyway, that apparently is as a direct result of a trauma when you're young. So the trauma to the nose can be pretty minimal when you're young, apparently, and it can still really damage your nose and your face. So instead of the cartilage and the bone growing like this together so that it's totally flat, instead the bone and the cartilage end up like this, and yeah, that's not so fantastic because you end up with a nose like I had. I also had a very deviated septum, so a lot of the reasons that I had my nose job were kind of medical as well, just worth pointing out. But yeah, I would say I'm just so happy with the results. I do feel like I can breathe. My sinuses are so much more open. Also something to note, I sing quite a lot. I was trained as a singer for musical theatre, so one of my big things was going into this operation. I was obviously a bit scared that obviously it would change my voice, and he was like, my plastic surgeon was like, why would it change your voice? But you know, I think this is a thing that, I mean, I hope it's not just me being weird, but I do just want to mention that it doesn't change your voice at all. He basically said to me, the only thing that might happen is you'll sound less nasal when you're singing, because more air will be able to come through and you'll be able to breathe easier, and all of that has come true. So yeah, just definitely worth noting. I was able to start singing within a week of coming out of surgery. Before, actually, obviously I wasn't rocking out and being crazy, but I was just singing along sort of quietly to Spotify on my laptop, and yeah, I found it very normal. I did obviously sound bunged up, but yeah, I did at one point start taking sinus tablets as well, because I just remember one of the worst things was I was just always so blocked up. I just could not breathe for the life of me, and that was the worst thing, I think, about it. I also had a couple of questions about the anesthesia. So anesthetic is always a bit weird, but I personally, I don't have that many issues with it. I wasn't too concerned, but obviously it's always one of those risks that you have when you go into hospital. So just to address that, like I did respond to this comment, but just to address it quickly here, I had a lovely anesthesiologist, maybe. Anyway, I had a really nice one of those. she was a really nice person, and she helped me feel very relaxed, and I didn't feel at all like concerned while I was in theatre with her. She spoke to me, she explained to me what was going to happen. I would say, obviously, you wake up feeling groggy and it's not ideal and you don't feel like yourself and you're a bit like out of it. But yeah, it didn't really affect me that badly, and it isn't something that I would say was a problem. Let me put it that way. So yeah, that's that. And then I would say that the worst part of the nose job, actually, one of the worst things, was actually my wrist, because I had my drip going in my hand, and my whole arm and wrist like swelled up massively, and that was a real problem because I couldn't bend the wrist properly. And so I would say that, and it was really painful, so I would say that was one of the worst things I actually had to deal with. So worth mentioning that as well. But other than that, I'm so happy. I can breathe. It feels amazing. I would just mention, I don't know if this is normal. I have to go back and see my plastic surgeon again, and I don't know if this is normal, but I still don't have the same sense of smell I had before. And I don't know if it's just changed, because I don't know if it's normal, but I thought it was worth mentioning in any case, just because it's a bit weird to me. But yeah, anyway, it is what it is. Yeah, anyway, I'm really pleased with the results. I absolutely love my side profile. It's a pity that people have not really seen it. But on the plus side, it'll be basically healed by the time I see a person again, so I guess that's a benefit. Yeah, anyway, just that's kind of the bit on the nose job, and I don't know, just a bit of an info surrounding it. And then I just want to go on to mentioning some of the products I used. So I don't have it with me because we are out, but I used what was the word? Oh yeah, I used Arnica cream quite a lot, and I also used Arnica tablets, and I basically would apply a little bit under my eyes because the bruising can be terrible under the eye and over the nose. So I was just wary of that, so I did put some Arnica cream on there. My ENT was a bit like, why? But I did it, and I'm glad I did, to be honest. I really think it did help with the bruising and the swelling, actually, just because when my plastic surgeon saw me, he was like, oh my god, you look incredible, like most people do not have this like little bruising. So for me, I'm very pleased that I did it. I think it was definitely worth it. Yeah, and then your doctors will give you a few things. Mine gave me these specific things, but obviously it is dependent on the doctor. So I just wanted to mention this. They gave me Sterimar for my nose, which I am still using because it's nice to clear your sinuses, and obviously there's still like, I'm still a bit blocked up. It's still a really kind of a new thing. So yeah, one thing I would say is like my nose is so open now that it goes down the back of my throat, and I've never experienced that before. So it was really weird the first time it happened, and I was like, what? Oh my god, this is a real thing. Anyway, so yeah, I got this, and then I also got Iliadin, and these were the two things that my doctors gave me just to kind of help unblock my nose. This one is medicated. This is just like salt water. It's just seawater, hence the picture of a dolphin. I always call this the dolphin nose spray because I only ever remember that Sterimar has a dolphin on it. Very odd. Anyway, yeah, so this is 100% natural. This is medicated. So I got both of these, and then later on they gave me Rhinalon as well to help dry up the whole area. And then I was told to use this, which is a sinus wash bottle, and you get like little sachets, and you put warm water, you dissolve the sachet, and then you basically use it, you put it in your nose over a sink, and then squirt, and then water comes out and it goes up and cleans your sinuses and stuff. And yeah, that was another thing which I really experienced a difference, because usually it would just come out straight away down the same nose hole. But yeah, since I had my nose job, it's cleaning everywhere. Yeah, I feel like my ears are basically unblocked as well, which is bizarre. So just to mention that. And then a few little creams and lotions and potions that I used. I used vitamin C from the Body Shop. This is the Vitamin C Skin Boost Instant Smoother. It's an interesting texture. I think I have shown this in my Skin Heroes as well. But yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but it looks like that. Don't know if you'll be able to actually see that. But yeah, and then when you rub it in, it just sort of, I don't know, it feels like it will be greasy, but it's really not, which is odd as well. But it's just really moisturising. I used that under my eyes, over the bridge of my nose, obviously once the cast was off. And everything that I put on, I just put it on really gently and really delicately, because obviously I didn't want to destroy what had just happened. So yeah, I used this. And then alongside that, I also used this face serum. I don't know if you will be able to see this. So this, anyway, I don't think you'll necessarily be able to see it, but it says face serum. It's collagen, soften and glow. I basically bought this on impulse because I just felt that it would be a good idea, and it's really nice. It comes with this little dropper, and then basically it's really like liquidy, and you just rub it in and it basically disappears into the skin. So yeah, that is another thing which I think was also in my Skin Heroes video. My doctor also gave me this, which is Fusidin, to put like just inside my nose, which I still use when I go out if I'm feeling like I'm going to a bit of a risky place, because it does just prevent bacteria from going up the nose. So that is something I'm still using. So obviously I kept my normal skin routine as well. I still washed all my face. Obviously when the cast was on, I didn't wash over the cast because you can't, and you do have to be careful. But yeah, other than that, kept all my face routine the same because I just thought it was really important that I kept up my skincare. And the other thing I used a lot was this, which is the very hard to see Elizabeth Arden Visible Difference Moisturising Eye Cream, which I also made sure I used religiously. Just wanted to mention it just because I think it's a good thing to do as well. So if I can just say one thing, I would say just keep up your skin routine while you're healing as well, because the last thing you need is other problems in other areas. So yeah, I got really lucky with timing because I was allowed to have an elective surgery, and basically I was just really lucky. And I was also lucky that masks weren't enforced in this country until May, which gave me enough time to recover fully enough that I could actually manage to wear one. So that was also of great benefit. So yeah, I would say that. And I just want to overall say that my doctors were absolutely brilliant. The ENT I had was Dr. Quayle, and the plastic surgeon I had was Dr. Sneyman, and they were both fantastic. They're both absolute top of their game. I will once again link their details down below. And yeah, I just want to say a huge thank you to both of them because they were absolutely incredible throughout, and they both checked in a lot. And yeah, I feel very, very blessed to have had the surgery. Obviously it wasn't a cheap thing to do. It does cost a hell of a lot, but I have to say I think it was the best thing I ever did. So yeah, just that is basically my little nose job update, and just a little bit of a chat really, just to kind of update you on what is going on. But it is no longer really, like, visually, if you look at it, it's not really swollen noticeably, but obviously it still is. Yeah, so it takes a full year to heal, so we will see where it goes from here. But I would I'm so happy to have had it done, and yeah, I just feel so much better, can breathe, not struggling with hay fever, haven't had sinusitis this winter, which is an achievement. And yeah, I'm just so happy. So that is the end of this video. I hope that that kind of did justice to what you guys were after. In a little bit of an update, I'm gonna start doing some daily vlogging as well, so I think my next video will be like a weekly kind of vlog, just of my life in lockdown, just of my life really. So yeah, that is what's up next, so I hope you guys are looking forward to that. If you have enjoyed this video, like I said before, please don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up. Yeah, and just thank you so much for all your support, and I love you guys, all of you, and feel very blessed. I just feel very blessed to have you guys in my life, really. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a really good week, and I will see you next week with another video. Bye!